Video, I'd like to talk about how to make sure paper's firstly level in a typewriter when you're inserting it, and also how to center and underline a heading on a page. So without further ado, let's load the paper into our typewriter. So we're going to feed in and rotate the cap knob, and the first thing we're going to do before we go any further is using the car guide, which most typewriters have. Using the carriage release lever, we can move the paper back and along the car guide to make sure it's level, and in this case it is. So I'm going to feed the paper up and put the paper bell roller back down. If we want to straighten the paper or adjust it to line up with something else that's on the page, we can do that. In this case there's a line under our heading and it's a little further down on this side than it is there, so we can use the paper release lever, which most typewriters have in some form or another, on the right hand side, and we can just tweak the paper, put the lever back down to lock it into place, so we can have our paper exactly where we want to set it on the page. So how do we center a heading if we want to do a title on a page? It's really just simple maths. So if your paper is aligning, in this case with 0 on the left hand side of the scale, you need to look at the number that's on the right hand side. So in this case the paper is finishing at line 83 on the scale. So in order to get our center on the paper, we need to divide that by 2. So that will become 41.5. Now we don't have any half indicators here because each line is indicating one space on the typewriter. So we always round up. So in this case that will be 42. So we know that 42 here is going to be our center point on the typewriter. Now, depending on the typewriter that you have, and depending on the make and the model, you will find usually there's a scale on the paper bell roller, but also you'll find one on either the rear of the typewriter or in this case on the underneath. And we have pointers here on this Imperial which show us the numbers. So we need to go to 42, so I'm going to space across now to 42, and we're now at the center of the paper. Now in order to make sure our word is central on the paper, we're going to have to backspace for each 2 letters, and if there's a spare letter at the end, we need to backspace for that as well. So let's type the word typewriters with an S. So we're going to go TY, backspace, PE, WR, IT, ER, S. So now we are ready to type. So I'm going to use capitals for this. Typewriters. Now if we want to underline that word, and in this case I will use red so that it stands out on the camera, we can backspace to the beginning of the word, so back to the T, and we can use 6, which is underscore, to provide an underline under the heading. So just like this, TYPEWRITERS. So we have centered and underlined this word on the page on a manual typewriter. I hope that has been of use to you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're interested in more videos, please hit subscribe on our channel. Thanks for watching.